Hello everyone, this is Deepti Singh. So today in this video, we are going to talk about 5 best animations that Japan has given us. It is very subjective, I agree. किसी को कोई भी anime पसंद आ सकती है. But to come up with this list, I spoke to some of my friends in Japan and some of my friends from India, and I have shortlisted these 5 animations for you if you haven't watched them yet. So let's start. So number 5 on the list is Death Note. Death Note जो है वो एक supernatural suspense psychological thriller है. It centers around a high school student who discovers a notebook which has a supernatural power which allows him to kill anybody. जिसका भी नाम वो उस डायरी में लिखेगा, उस नोटबुक में लिखेगा, he is able to kill them. वो कोशिश कर रहा है कि वो एक क्राइम फ्री सोसाइटी बनाए. सो दैट इज द आइडिया बिहाइंड हिज मोटिव्स ऑफ किलिंग पीपल. ये जो एनिमे है, दिस गिव्स अ साइकोलॉजिकल डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड थ्रू द आईज ऑफ 2 हाई स्कूल बॉयज. इन फैक्ट एक तो एल है और एक लाइट यागामी है. सो बोथ दीज प्रोटैगनिस्ट्स, इनका एक ही मिशन है टू क्रिएट द सोसाइटी विच इज क्राइम फ्री, बट एट द सेम टाइम इनमें से एक प्रोटैगनिस्ट जो है वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा कॉन्ट्रोडिक्टरी मीन्स ले लेता है बाय यूजिंग दैट नोटबुक, while the other one is trying to stop him from doing so. सो ये जो दोनों ही हैं, इनका जो विजन है वो सेम है, बट एट द सेम टाइम व्हेन यू लुक एट द कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग मीन्स दैट दे हैव कैरीड आउट, इट बिकम्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी टू फॉलो. ये जो डेथ नोट है, इसकी 20 मिलियन कॉपीज, ये एक मांगा थी, इसकी 20 मिलियन कॉपीज ऑलरेडी सोल्ड है, एंड दिस एनिमे हैज वॉन मेनी एक्colades worldwide. So this is our recommendation on number 5. On number 4 we have Neon Genesis Evangelion. इसका जॉनरे है एक्शन, ड्रामा, साई-फाई, सस्पेंस एंड मेका. वी ऑल लव दोज एनिमेज, राइट? So इसका जो प्लॉट है that revolves around organization nerve. This nerve organization, they use large mechas यानी कि robots called Evangelions to combat monstrous beings called angels. There are several main characters in this story, but the story focuses on the psyches of the character. Eventually reveal होता है that probably they have deep-seated emotional and mental issues. But at the same time, surprisingly, ये जो story है, this is actually based on Hideaki Anno's own clinical depression, जो कि creator है इस anime के. His own struggle with depression has made him to come up with the story like this. So I think it is very interesting psychologically, so you must go and watch it. Number 3 on the list is Parasite. Again, this is an action, horror, sci-fi movie. So in this, the plot revolves around a 17-year-old boy who lives in Tokyo. Protagonist का नाम है Shinichi Izumi. One fine day, worm-like aliens जो कि worm जैसे दिखते हैं, they are called parasites, invade Earth and they try to get into human body through ears and nose. And Shinichi, luckily that day he was wearing his headphones, so they are not able to capture his body. So one of the parasites, जिसका नाम है Migi, entering his body through his right hand and matures there inside his arm. So because Shinichi was able to prevent Migi from traveling to his brain, both of them, Migi and the protagonist, they are able to live in the same body, having separate intellect and personality. Now I'm sure this sounds very appealing to you. So this is a horror manga, Gisei Jitsu, which literally means parasitic beast. This was the name of the sci-fi horror manga which initially this story was. और इसके ऊपर based ये Parasite movie बनी है, Parasite the Maxim. You know, this movie talks about human existence and human psychology at many levels. It's a perfect amalgamation of many themes in one. So I totally recommend this on number 3. Number 2 is Attack on Titan. Again, this is an action, drama, suspense and military. In this anime, the world is set in a place where the humanity is living inside a walled city. This is done to protect them from titans. ये जो titans हैं, they are basically gigantic humanoid creatures who devour human beings for no reason. और उनसे protect होने के लिए humans जो हैं वो four walled city में रहते हैं. This story centers around Eren Jaeger and his childhood friends Mikasa and Armin. लेकिन एक दिन everything changes when colossal titan appears and he basically causes destruction in their town and also causes death of Eren's mother. This is after the death of Eren's mother that three of them together they decide to join Scout Regiment, which is an elite group of soldiers who fight titans outside the walls. Now what makes this anime stand out is the fact that most animes have only the lead hero or heroine, the protagonist, with a distinctive personality. But in this anime, all the characters have a very distinctive personality, and it is also a battle action based manga. So the narrative is very, very interesting, and it is definitely a must watch for anybody who likes literature. Number 1 is Classroom of the Elite. This is a high school drama. It's a psychological drama set in a school called Kodo Ikuse. This high school is basically a prestigious high school known for its 100% either placement or all its students they go to prestigious universities. So it is basically a very sought after high school. यहाँ पर all the students, they are of superior intellect, as you can imagine. But this protagonist, Kiyotaka, who just got admission into this school, in the beginning it seems like he's a very ordinary boy until much later that it is realized that he has extraordinary academic intellect. It was all a decoy, and his true abilities, when they come to the forefront, it is a very interesting story. So now this protagonist's lack of determination to do anything or not standing out in the class, all of this seems very cool to people around him. So these were my recommendations for top 5 anime. If you differ in your point of view, please tell me in the comments which are the animations you like, which are the anime you have watched, and maybe we will make a part 2 of the series. So see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.